Right, I've had a bit of a look at this, and I think my best bet is just take the disc off, if I can get the bolts undone, because these can be tight. So I'll have to take them out one by one and turn the wheel. Well, obviously I want to take them out one by one, but I haven't got a fancy bit of kit that takes all fucking 5 out at one go. But what I mean is I'll have to take them out and then turn the wheel so I can get to the next one, and then I can take the disc off. I've got room to pull the disc out and pull the disc off, which then means I can lift the caliper out of the way while I pull the wheel out. So now that I've had a good look at this, I might be rethinking my wheel carry on, and I might just purchase a new back wheel with a bigger rim, which will enable us to get the disc off, because the only other option is to actually disconnect it by the banjo and pull the back wheel out with the caliper still on it. Which, if you have to do that every time you take your back wheel off, you're going to be a right ass. I'll give it that one. Oh yeah. Cool. Careful as well that I'm not fucking gouging the rim with the caliper. And my block of wood's coming out, which doesn't help matters at all. And this isn't like a swing arm problem or out like that. It's because of the small wheel rim. As I say, it's 15 inch, 11.5 inch disc. There isn't enough room from the disc to the rim to be able to lift the caliper out of the way. But if you know that that's the case, that you have to do that to get your wheel out, I suppose barring a puncture when you're out, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue, but I think I'm going to have a look at a different wheel. Imagine trying to have to do this every time you want to take your back wheel out. You get a puncture at side of the road, and you want to take your wheel off so you can get it fixed. I think not. Looks like I'm losing the wood again. This is the last bolt. Ah, the joys of modified bikes. Right. Just keep hold of that caliper. Right, that's the disc off, obviously, which should allow me to now lift the caliper out of the way. For now, which will also allow me to roll the fucking wheel out. So I'll just leave that up here. Yeah, what an ass. And as I say, even if you'd undone the banjo and took the brake line off, there was no guarantee then that the wheel was going to come out and clear on the actual swing arm. So realistically it actually looks as if that's the way to get your back wheel off, is take the disc off, which is really, really fucking stupid. Right, I'll knock you off again for a minute and we'll get on to the next bit. Right, for clearance purposes, for when I take the swing arm out, I'm not going to be taking it out just yet, but this foot peg needs to come off, well, the bracket anyways. So I'm just going to whip this off, take the foot peg part of it off first, and you'll probably find it's either an oh, it was loose anyways, that it's it'll be either an Allen head or a Torx. I keep putting stuff down and can't piss it find it. What? Yeah, it's an Allen head. Right. So that wasn't very tight. Well, putting the sissy bar on to make a nervous passenger feel better. You're going to feel a bit fucking strange if you feel foot peg rattling about under the foot. I'll tighten that up properly when it goes back on. Right, so what size is them? There's a couple of bolts. There's like a splash guard on the inside of your swing arm. I'll bring it around a bit. You can't see. Down a touch. There's two bolts there, which I'll just quickly. I've just loosened these. They weren't that tight, so. Where I find out there's a fucking nut on the back. Fucking is as well. What a stupid place to put nuts. Bugger. I mean, at the end of the day, who the fuck designs these things? Just move that away a bit. Right, I'll just find another fucking spell now. Right, just lost the battery then. So I'll put a fresh one in and I'll carry on taking these off now. See if that bastard will stay on there. I'm having a fucking laugh. I mean, I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to put a fucking nut on the back of here. Just where you can't get at it. I'm just going to gripe now, because that caliper pissed me off. Oh, you fucking... Right, let's see what sort of an arse this side's sticking at. Okay, that's even fucking worse. Ooh. Now if that'll stay on, I might be onto a winner. This bastard's going to be a right ass to get off in it. Move that caliper out of the way, and then I don't totally destroy my knuckles if this fucker snaps. What I might do is, once I've got the swing arm off, where these bolts are going through, I might just hit it with like a flappy disc and grind the chrome off and weld a couple of plates on and then drill and tap, so that these can go in without needing a nut on the back. Because if you use like a 6mm bit of plate, num nuts, yeah, wrong way now. Oh, come on, you dick. Yeah, because you can use a bigger washer on this side with like a lock washer. I know I'm blocking your view with my elbow at the minute. Basically all I'm doing is taking the bolt out. Yeah, use a bigger washer and put a lock washer on so it won't vibrate loose. but then you don't have to fuck about like this, taking bolts out that you can hardly get to the nuts on the back. Right, and then that cover just lifts up. Look at that. Well thought out set up that. Covered in shit. Fucking unbelievable, like. I mean, the least you could do when you're taking all standard stuff off is get the fucking plugs out of the way. Right, if I unplug that, which then feed that through there, which then allows you to push that into the housing where it lives, and then you can just join that back together, and that should be on a clip. Which is there. Hurrah! Yeah, there's a few bits and pieces, as I say, to sort of fucking, you didn't even fucking see any of that. Right, if you loosen that off and lift you up. Right, what I've just done, zoom in a little bit. This wire there was just hanging loose. That fastener there was stuck behind it, so that that was as far as you could push it, like to there. So I unplugged that and pulled it through so it wasn't sitting behind it, which then allows that to push into a proper housing, which you still can't look and see. I'll not win any fucking BBC awards, will I? Yeah, there's a proper housing that clips into up there. So, just a bit of thought when you're putting stuff together can save you so much fucking shite. I fucking hate chrome swing arms. Right, and next thing is I need to be able to get to these bolts in here, which I'll be able to get to, that won't be a big issue. Getting the right size spanner will be my issue. Yeah, 3/4. And for some reason I seem to have mislaid the other one. And I can't believe I'm fucking doing this again. Right, zoom out a bit. Loosen that off, shove it down, zoom in a bit and get a bit of light on the job. So you can see what I'm doing. Just kick shit out of camera. Right. It's illuminating, just let me see a spanner. Right, that bolt that I've undone, there's another one there, and that's what holds your two shocks. You can see there, that's the shocks. And them two bolts hold them to the swing arm. So once I've got them off, it's basically knock the spindle out of the middle of the swing arm, and then that swing arm can lift out then. So knock this light off. In fact, what I'll do, I'll just knock it off for a second. I'll be back in a minute. Right. I'll get my hand in. It's at that stage where it's too loose for a spanner, but too tight for your fingers. The annoying stage. One thing when you're working on a bike that's modified, that you haven't modified yourself, you come across all sorts of little bits and pieces that you think to yourself, what the fuck, you know what I mean? You just got to have a bit of patience, which I don't have much of, which is why I'm not a doctor. That not too thick. Yeah, you've just got to have a bit of patience, and when you're putting it all back together, just attention to detail. It makes the world a difference, makes it so much fucking easier. Don't just rush in all guns blazing sort of thing. That's one of the swing shock bolts out. So now for the other side. Oh fucking hell. It's another reason as well why you should, if you're buying a bike that's modified, fucking go through it when you get it. And if you're able to, pick it up in a van. I actually rode this thing home. And it's quite surprising just how many loose bits there is on it. Yeah, if you're building a project, even from a stock bike, if you're modifying it to sell, before you modify something, just sort of stand back and think about it. It's just as easy to do a job right as it is to do it wrong. Come on, you ass. Right, that's the swing arm free. As in free from the shocks. So I'll knock you off again, move you into a different position. Right, I'm going to undo the swing arm pivot nut. Keep turning that. Should bring me around. There you go. There's a little cap on this side, on the other side should I say, that I just need to knock off. And like the rest of the bike, it's been fucking codged on with fucking silicone. What a bunch of wankers. I'm just cleaning the silicone off this bolt end, shaft end, whatever you want to call it. There's a few codgy bits that I'm finding as I'm going through this bike, but that's you sort of expect that. Oh, now then. Couldn't see it for looking at it. The swing arm shaft, it's basically, it's just like a giant bolt. So you've got like the bolt head on one side and the nut on the other side. Right. That's a washer or part of the bearing. So I'll just grab my nylon hammer and give that a tap, and it was a washer. So I'll keep an odd ear swing arm, just pull the bolt through, or the shaft, whatever you want to call it. And there. Now hopefully this is going to just come out. But let's decide what it doesn't want. So get that spacer out. That should allow me to free it up a bit. That's it. There's a spacer inside. It's the back of the gearbox. There's a bit comes up that the shaft goes through. That's from your swing arm to your gearbox. So once that's out, that should allow you a bit of play. Oh, come on, you dick. I'm getting snagged up, that's what it is. Pull that there. Pull that round. Right, I'm just going to knock you off for a minute. Right, numbnuts, forgot to knock the spacer out, the bush. So, keeping under the swing arm again. That will be a clang because there's another spacer to drop off, which is there, and I'll get you the bit in a second that I've just took off, the one that was causing me to not be able to get it out. I'll show you it. That is basically the swing arm off, which I'll just stick down there. Right, I'll try and find where that fucking thing's gone. There it is. Yeah, through the swing arm and the frame there's this bush, and it comes out from the inside, and I forgot about it. So I'll just give my hands a wipe. That's what she looks like with no swing arm in. And the swing arm is there. Which what I'll do is I'll knock the bearings out and I'll take the adjusters out. But that's pretty much the back end off. Obviously I've got this rear caliper to take off as well. Couple of things to check out, clean up a bit of stuff in here. But one of the things I need to do is drain the tank. Now I've still got, in fact I might just do that now. I was going to say I've still got the standard air filter to take off. So I'll just give that a blast. It's getting less and less to hold on to on this bike. Do you know, even just like that, it fucking looks better than having that fucking great huge thing on. So, stick that on there. At least it's a decent feel. It's obviously stage 1. Yeah, I've still got the tank to empty, and then, well, once it's emptied, I'll undo the bolt, lift it up slightly, see what it's sort of going to look like. Because even though it hasn't got the forks on and the back end and stuff, I can still sort of tell if I'll like it where it's going to be. But once I've done that and worked out where I want my tank, I'll take the tank off, but I'm going to drain it first. But then I'll take the tank off and once I've got the tank off, I'll disconnect the wiring for the front, get the cables off, etc. Take rocker covers off because I've got some new ones to go on there. I've also got some new push rod bases on the twin cam. Slow you down a bit. On the twin cam, these things here, they're just covers. They're not actual. They don't actually do anything. The followers actually run in the case. As I say, they're just a cover to make it look nice. Well, there's a bit of pitting on them, so I got some new covers. So as I'm taking the rocker covers off anyways, I'll just take the whole lot off. I'm not undoing the heads, but I'll take the whole top end off. Well, I won't take the whole top end off, but I'll get it enough that I can take the rods out, the push rods. So once I've got that far, I can take these covers off, replace them with new ones obviously, then put it all back together and put the new rocker covers on at the same time. So, and I think for now that's going to do me. I'm going to go and make myself a fresh brew. Right, that's it for now. Catch you later.